Hello everyone, this is Monstertaming coming at you with another Kindred Fates newsletter. This time we're doing August 27th. The Combat Arena Alpha, we released a patch last week with lots of improvements to shielding, dodging, dash attacks, AI, and performance. We began implementing a framework that will allow aiming animations to be much more smooth. This should hopefully make it into the Combat Arena build before not too long. Fixed several problems with beacons in the practice arena. Created a system to more easily allow NPCs to have a unique attack/movement patterns. The team will be working very hard on the next several weeks to meet an important internal milestone for single player, so it might be a bit longer than usual before another update is released for the combat arena. Single player. The dev team implemented two major single player features, the sprint, namely the memorial and the kinfolk storage system. We're looking forward to giving you a more in-depth look at these features in the near future. For now, here's a peek at the storage system. Now there's a lot to take in from the storage system picture. It's far from just a generic storage system picture. Mixing together some of the conversations I've heard in the Discord along with a few of my own ideas, I just wanted to point out some stuff. One, something I noticed was that the background, and other people noticed as well, is the background is transparent, which is implying that you might be able to change your kinfolk out anytime you want, which might possibly have something to do with how the storage works, because we know it's not going to be like a PC like Pokemon, or at least we can have very likely assume it's not going to be like that. And one idea I've had for storage is maybe they're literally like stored in your soul or something. You know, you have a bond with them. So if this is in fact an ability that you can just swap kinfolk anytime you want, then that soul bond idea could definitely have something to do. You know, it could have some merit here. Also, I want to point out this Bakianawa is named Jimothy, and I absolutely love that name, and I'll probably name my Bakianawa in-game Jimothy. But on the subject of Bakianawa, I wanted to point out that this is the only water type has a significant reveal anyways. We've seen like some teasers of what we can assume to be other water types, but this is the only one we've seen properly and completely revealed. And the fact that they have them in the box later on, they're going to say something about they've been working on a new water type. It makes me think Bakianawa is very close to being playable, and we might see him in the alpha sometime relatively soon. A couple of other quick things I wanted to point out is you can see up here, I'm assuming this is going to be your money. You can see a general idea. All these numbers are probably placeholders. You can see a general idea of how much XP it might possibly take. You have that and that. Those two symbols, the little medal and the little sparkly icon. Not sure what these mean. This could possibly be something like you beat whatever the equivalent of gym leaders is with this kinfolk. Over here, you can maybe. Yeah, that's the trait symbol, because I know they're gonna have special like abilities for each kinfolk. It could be like the trait symbol, or maybe an indication to tell you if it's a phantom or if it's a normal or what. You might think, well, it's blue sparkly symbol to show it's water, but up here is where the water symbol is. So just some thoughts. Also here are the stats. These stats are either the alpha stats are going to change drastically, or these stats are going to change drastically, because this is higher at level 32 than any of the alpha kinfolk special attack, even though the alpha kinfolk are level 50. So I don't think these stats are really too relevant. Otherwise, Bakianawa is just going to be like one-shotting people that are at his level. But enough time dissecting this picture. They further improve the world streaming by adding Unity actions, teleporting around to different single-player landmarks, and loading directly into small areas for easy testing, so we don't have to walk back from the game's starting position. Yep, very useful for testing. The dev team has also created a structure where NPCs are now able to communicate with each other when deciding on which attacks to use in combat. Very, very good. Construction on one of the game's major dungeons is progressing well, with new NPCs and set pieces being added recently. Development on one of the game's most challenging boss fights has also begun this sprint. The boss room is complete, and so all the abilities the boss has at his disposal, it's a matter of finishing the AI now. That's kind of interesting that one of the most challenging boss fights is being worked on this early. I'm assuming they're not, working on like in-game bosses this early, but they might be. You know, there's various different ways you can work on a game. You could build it from the start forward, or you could build it from the end back to the start, or just you do it randomly wherever you have the assets, ideas, and inspiration and time to work on it. So it's kind of interesting that one of the most challenging boss fights is being done so early in development. Kind of makes me think that that's not going to be one of the most challenging, because they're probably going to learn from this boss fight, and then they'll probably get some ideas to make even harder boss fights in the future, which is not a bad thing. As just saying, it's cool to see the progress. The team just finished writing all the dialogue for a major mission and our vertical slice. Next, they'll be importing each of the dialogue trees they've created into the game, so each character is able to say their lines. Work on new kinfolk designs is progressing well. The team is wrapping up designs for 2 new Earth types. We'll begin 2 more in the next few days. Also been work on 4 new music tracks, one of which is a remastered version of the Final Hope theme. Beautiful. The animation team is finishing up work on Salamurder's animations, and they'll soon begin animations for a new water type. That's the water type I was talking about. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time on September 10th. That's been the newsletter here. Relatively short, but it's chock full with speculation worthy things and just interesting tidbits. So let me know what you guys thought about it. Please leave comments in the comment section below if you guys have any interesting ideas or theories about what you think is going on with the storage system. And I'll see you all next time. This has been Monstertaming Bisloba signing off. Hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye and God bless.